proposal important? Of course, number one, I forgot to put it here. Of course, number one, it is very important because this is your main assessment, okay, main assessment throughout the study, right? Of course, and then number two, the platform for you to communicate to the other examiners and other researchers that you want to tell the importance of this topic, that why you want to do this, all right? And also you want to give definition and clarification why this topic is important, right? So maybe there are a few researchers already done this topic, but not in, for example, in Malaysian context or in your context. So you need to define and clarify, justify why you need to do this topic, right? And then some more, what else? Of course, in your research proposal, you need to put your planning and organization on how you're going to conduct your research proposal or your research throughout the study. For example, what type of method that you're going to use, who will be the respondents, so what type of analysis that you're going to use, PLS, SPS, and so on. Is it qualitative or quantitative? Everything that you're planning, that you think you want to achieve your goals in the first place, it will be right up in your proposal, right? And of course, it is proof of competence for PhD and also master students. Okay, and also I can see here some of the degree students. Okay, thank you very much for joining us today. So for degree student, they also have this subject for semester 5, but it's a group work. However, the concept moreover is less, right? Okay, so far should be no problem. I know that everyone is in the same page like me. Okay, so for master and PhD student, please take note that, please, this is very important, all right? So this is for your defense research proposal. Of course, before you want to defend, you need to prepare your research proposal. The maximum is not maximum. This regulation for master student, for full-time student, by 6 months at the end of the semester, your research proposal should be ready. Okay, and then you need to upload, and then you need to go for DRP. You need to do the presentation. For part-time, 12 months for 1 year. Okay, for PhD student, for you to go for DRP, of course, 12 months, okay, 2 semesters, more or less 2 semesters. And also for part-time is 18 months. Right? So you must get ready with your research proposal before you go for your DRP. But some of the students ask me, okay, so how to write the research proposal? What are the elements is very important that we need to put in our research proposal? Okay, so today I'm going to teach you, I'm going to explain to you what are the topics, what are the items that you need to put into your research proposal, so that once you upload your research proposal in the UP track system, okay, so the examiners will read it, and of course they will understand, and they will follow through all the process and process that you're going to do, right? So far, okay. Of course, for those master students, if you're planning to convert, your master to PhD, all right, so by the time of 6 months between this duration, you can convert your master by research into a PhD if you already done your research proposal and you already know your DRP. Okay, but the rest, if you want to go on the normal tracks, you can follow this GOT timeline, right? Okay, this is already explained it in a briefing session previously, but now today, hopefully it will be less than 2 hours. Okay. Okay, so are you ready to proceed with the what will be the important things that you need to put into your research proposal? Yes. Okay. Okay, first thing first, of course. First thing first, your research title. If you do not have research title, you're going to be lost, right? Okay, so what type of research title? Of course, this your area of interest, okay? Hold on, yeah. I need a few students in the meeting room. Need to Fahana, can I assign you as a co-host, and then you can please let in the students?
Can, Doctor.
All right, thank you. All right, let's continue. Okay, moving on. Your research title, of course, it needs to be clear, need to be concise, comprehensive, and be specific. All right. Of course, I know you still in a part one, in the early stage of designing or searching for your title. But the most important thing, make sure the title that you're going to do is something that catch your interest, and of course, when you design it into the a good title, make sure it has these few elements. Okay, but with the help from AI nowadays, you can just put the keywords into the comment box. Nofatihin, can you please mute your microphone? Okay, so with the help from AI, okay, you can put the commands into the chat box, just put into your keywords there, and then you can ask them to design a good research title for you. Okay, however, please make sure this research title is good enough to represent you as a research student, right? Okay, so I give you some example of good and bad titles. First, bad titles. It's very simple. Yeah, it's very simple, but it's not concise, it's not specific. It just mentioned about health and wellness in society. Okay, so it's not very clear. Okay, so for a research proposal, you need a very good title. For example, like on the left side, which is, you can see the example here, the impact of physical exercise on mental health and well-being among college students. So you can see here the difference between good and bad example of research title, right? So can you tell me what is the difference between these two? Can you see the difference? Can you tell me the difference?
The bad one is too general. We need to narrow it.
Yes. Thank you, Sylvia. What else? No specific IV and DV. Okay. Should we put IV and DV in our title? Is it important? Yes, no? Yes? Okay, so to make sure that your research title will cover all these specific characteristic, which is clear, concise, comprehensive. Comprehensive will mean it will cover your IV and DV, and also must be specific. For example, like this one, the specific elements which is among college students, right? So however, you need to discuss further with your supervisors how you want to design, how you want to craft your research title so that it can represent your area of study. Okay. All right. Moving on, after the research title, of course, everyone needs a research title. As for semester one students, I can see in your UP track system, some of you still do not have title, and some of you still thinking about what kind of title that is suitable for your study, and some of you already just put the DV ataupun all the area that he or she wants to study, which is that is very not good, because the potential supervisor would like to know the further discussion with the further element area that you're going to do for your study, for your PhD and also master. All right. Okay. So this will be the layout for your research proposal. Okay. So layout for research proposal. Of course, there will be only three main chapters. Okay. This is and one more is will be references. Okay, chapter one will be, of course, you already know it, introduction, literature review, research methodology, and also references. But do not forget about the title page, the table of content, list of abbreviation, list of figures, list of table, acknowledgement, and those things. But this is only, I'm going to explain to you the main concept which is very important that you need to put into your research proposal. Okay, so far so good. Any questions before we moving to the first chapter?
Doctor,
Yes.
one question. In our proposal, whether we need to put our timeline, I mean our schedule of study, something like that.
Oh, okay. For research proposal, you don't have to. But okay, if your supervisor requests you to do that, please do and put it into the appendix part. Okay. And also, if you want to show it in your presentation during DRP, should be okay. Okay, that is not compulsory. However, just listen to your supervisor. If your supervisor need that to put in your proposal, just put that. Okay. Okay. Any more question? Okay. Yeah.
Doctor,
Okay. Let's go.
each of the chapters, what is the amount of numbers, or rather numbers? How
I
much
can.
should you talk about it? In the
I
chapter, in each of the chapter,
Uh-huh.
here, yeah? In each of the chapter 1, 2, 3, 4,
Uh-huh.
how much detail should you write? How much?
Okay. One time we are going to that later.
Okay, okay.
Going to next, all right?
Okay.
Okay, how much details? Okay, so these details, don't skip it. So if you skip it, during your DRP session, your panel will ask, okay, why are you going to do this? Why this is missing, and so on, all right? Okay. So, okay, this will be the details in chapter 1. This is important, yeah? Very, very important. Except number 1, 1.1, and 1.9. Okay, it depends on certain supervisors. They do not like to have 1.1 and 1.9. They just like to straightforward with 1.2. So you can change it to 1.1. All right, so this element is very important to introduce your research proposal to examiner. Okay, I will explain later each of these elements a little bit, yeah. Okay, so why I said that introduction of this chapter 1.1 and 1.9, it depends on certain supervisors. Okay, certain supervisors, they like it to be organized. Okay, so in 1.1, they want you to explain a little bit an overview of chapter 1. Okay, what will be in chapter 1, what the reader can expect during their readings in chapter 1. That will be the introduction. Okay, as for 1.9, excuse me, as for 1.9, you need to conclude overall what is your conclusion based on chapter 1, based on your introduction. What is your hoping, okay, for this introduction, for the explanation of the background. And also, you might be explaining a little bit the outline for the chapter 2. Okay, so that is 1.1. Okay, 1.2, background of the study. 1.3, problem statement, research objective, research question. 1.5, 1.4, and 1.5. 1.6, significance of the study. 1.7, scope of the study, definition of terms, and of course, last one, conclusion of the chapter. Okay, go one by one, a little bit. This is only the general explanation. Okay, so that you will get the idea what is all going to be, right? So of course, like I said earlier, 1.1, it depends. Ask your supervisor, they prefer it or not. This is not compulsory, yeah, 1.1. Okay, so you can specific goals, aim what will be in these chapters, okay, how it's going to be. You can outline the roadmap of this structure of this chapter, okay? And then moving on, 1.2, of course, you need to explain the background of study. Okay, you need to explain the broader concept first. Okay, what is all about. Okay, usually we're going to explain about DV. Okay, that will be the field of area of your study. All right, and then you want to be a little bit about your little bit background about the studies. Maybe there will be another evidence from news, from the another resources that you can put it as an historical background for your introduction, and then top up it with your state current knowledge. Okay, what the existing literature talking about it. So maybe at the same time you can put a little bit what will be the gap of the study here. Okay, but remember, okay, as I mentioned here, when you're designing your research proposal here, everything you need to discuss with your supervisor. However, the fishbone, the key element should be there. Yeah? So if your supervisor don't like the research gap to be in the background of the study, okay, you can discuss with them where you want to put the gap. Some of the supervisors would like to put the gap of the study into the problem statement. Okay. Some of the supervisors, they would like to have the gap of the study as another subtopic in chapter 1. Right? So, of course, for Master by Research, PhD, gap is very important, right? Usually when during Viva session or the RP session, What is the gap? The examiner always asks you, what is the gap? Where is the gap? They will ask you. So more or less, you need to find the gap of the study. Cuma we don't know, I don't know where your supervisor want to put it, right? So please discuss with them. That is why communication with your supervisor along the semester is very important. Okay. So after background of the study, okay, you can move to your problem statement. Of course, this is the gist. Okay, this is the gist of your study. You need to explain what is the issue or the main problem that you want to investigate. First, you need to explain that first. What is the main issue that bother you, that concerns you, right? And then you should elaborate in your problem statement why this problem need attention. Okay, and of course, at the same time, you need to provide evidence. Is there any evidence available? If you can provide, for example, statistics from Jabatan Perangkaan or any supporting from the newspaper and so on, that will be very, very good. Okay, some of the students, they like to elaborate it very, very long for the problem statement. Okay, usually examiner will say it like this. Okay, I don't see in any problem statement in your write-up here. Okay, so my suggestion, it will be great when you start your paragraph or problem statement straightforward. Tell the reader, of course you write in your research proposal, what is your main issue of the study? Straightforward, tell. Of course, you need a little bit introduction, and then, of course, it is straightforward to the issue that you want to investigate. Because some of the students, they tend to elaborate something which is not relevant to the study in 1 or 2 pages, and then towards the end, only small explanation about issues or research problem. So, which is, it gives a headache to some of the examiner. They're trying to find where is the main issues, right? Okay, don't worry. So along the semester, I'm trying to get a few speakers just to talk about how to design problem statement and so on. Okay, right? Right. Moving on. Okay, of course, when you already got your problems, you got your aims, you need to have research objective and research questions. There will be specific things that maybe that you need to discuss with your supervisors, what kind of objective that you're going to discuss for this topic. And at the same time, when you design this objective, your research questions should answer the objective that you design, right? So this one, I leave it to you to discuss with your supervisor, okay? And of course, this is not last one, the significance of the study, you need to explain a little bit why this study is very valuable, okay? Why it's very relevant for you to proceed with, right? And also, this is the very crucial part where you need to convince the reviewer, okay, the examiners, that your research is worth it. Right, this is it's some simple and a complete conclusion part. No, it's not conclusion part, where you need to explain why this is important, right? Because sometimes when you do some of the topics, okay, there might be the examiner or the researcher will say that, okay, this study has already been done previously, so why you still want to do that? Okay, so this part will give you a simple explanation why you think it's worth it to do the study. All right. Any question for chapter 1? No question? Clear semua?
No, Doctor.
Okay,
Yes,
all right, good. So, right. So far, okay. Moving on, chapter 2. Okay, chapter 2, we have few things, okay, few things that you need to focus on. Of course, like I mentioned in chapter 1, 2.1 and 2.6, okay. 2.1 and 2.6, it depends, okay? So, and then after that, you need to read 2.2, you start with review literature relevant to current research, okay? So, it can begin with 2.1 with your DV. You can start with your DV, right? And then 2.3, you start with your IV, okay? So, all the elements, okay, all the elements of your IV and DV you should mention in your literature review. Okay. Some of the students, they did not do the tracking, meaning that they don't know what is the DV or what is their IV, and in their literature review, they do something subtopic which is not relevant to the study. So make sure you keep track. You should have what is the important element of the study that you want to do for your literature review. Okay, so 2.2 is all about your IV and DV. It can be 2.21A, 2.21B. It can be too many subtopics for that, right? After you review the previous literature, sorry for the previous literature on the IV and DV, then you can move on to the literatures of relevant theories. Remember, every study for PhD and master, you should have supporting theory or theories. Okay, so I can see some of the supervisors, they like to put theories in the first part, okay, before review of literature for DV and IV. So again, I will advise you, please discuss with your supervisors how they want to do that, right? Okay, so but for normal concept for literature review, we will go with a DV, IV, and then we go with the relevant theories, okay? So after relevant theories, you can come up with your framework, right? And after framework, you will design your hypothesis. And also, if it is relevant, is related, you can put into the conclusion of the chapters. Okay, I show you here some example. This is not a good example, however, but it can give you an overview. How does it look like? Okay, so this is part for literature review. So these students, his or her studies about work-life balance, and then she works on IV and DV, IV and DV, IV and DV, and it's also moderator. She got moderator, all right, and then she come with theory, all right, and then come with conceptual framework. Okay, it depends how you want to put it. As I mentioned earlier, discuss with your supervisors, and of course, last one, the hypothesis development. Okay, any question on chapter 2?
Doctor,
Yes.
I just have read some of the past year or student thesis. I noticed that at the chapter 1 there is some literature review right there. I mean, we need to do some quote from the other previous author to put in the chapter 1 as well.
Yes. Chapter 1 is to support your evidence, your says, what studies that have been done previously. Of course, from chapter 1 until chapter 4, you're going to have supporting journals, supporting materials to support your write-up. It's not necessary on chapter 2. It begins from chapter 1. Okay, Sylvia?
Then for the hypothesis development, if we do for the quantitative, we have the hypothesis development, right? If
Yeah.
for qualitative, we do not have, right?
Yeah, it also goes back to your research objective and research questions. If the research objective and research questions requires you to develop hypothesis, and you will in chapter 2 you will come with a hypothesis development. So that is why I said that in the earlier stage you need to discuss. You need to, of course, you need to read first before you go to your supervisor. Nanti supervisor tanya kan. Read first. What are the previous study punya objective? What the previous study punya how does they do the study, and then you can propose and discuss with your supervisors. If your supervisor say, okay, oh, this one need hypothesis, this one need to be further investigation for relationship and so on, PLS. So discuss whatever it is you need to discuss.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right. Okay. So don't worry. Okay, as for chapter 2, I already prepared some of the webinar for you. Okay, it will be on 30th of October on Monday next week. So please join if you have time. Please join. Dr. Emily will tell you, explain to you, will teach you on how to do literature review specifically for chapter 2 only. Okay, just for chapter 2. So please join. So if you want to design a good chapter 2, because some of the students during the presentation, their chapter 2 is very weak and do not have enough supporting materials to support their study. So I advise you to join this seminar, webinar. Okay,
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam.
Like me, I'm not from Shah Alam. I'm UiTM Terengganu.
Okay.
If we want to get this like invitation from WebEx just like this, maybe there is in Shah Alam will be group WhatsApp, but in Terengganu, how we get this? You know, like here
Oh,
they got like link something,
okay.
or just scan me.
Are you a BM student?
Yes, I'm a student.
Okay, how do you get this link?
Shared by my friends from
Oh,
Shah Alam, but
okay.
today she's not around, so she asked me
Okay.
to join the class
Habib,
on behalf.
usually for FBM, always share this seminar, webinar, and so on. Every activity that we prepare for, inshallah, always share with your KPPS in Sawangan. So maybe you can ask her. But it's okay. After this, please, someone who do have the WhatsApp group link, can you please paste into the chat box so that Arif can join?
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
All right. Are you PhD or master student?
I'm PhD, just a month.
Oh, a month. Only baru sebulan tu. Okay. Okay, can someone please, if you kind enough, or Arif can put your phone number so that anyone can help me to share the link. All right. Okay. Any more question on chapter 2? No. Yeah. I will read the chat later because I'm presenting my screen here. So susah sikit nak buka. Okay, moving on. Last one. Research proposal is very simple. Only 1 to 3 chapters sahaja. Only 3 chapters. Okay. So for chapter 3, you need to have these 12 things, okay, 12 elements in your chapter 3. Of course, you can start with your research design, and then you come to your sampling frame, your population, your technique, your sample size, your unit of analysis, your instrument, your validity of instrument. Okay, usually 3.8 and 3.9, some of the students like to combine it, validity of the instrument, validity and reliability of the instrument. Okay, and if you done your pilot test, you can put here 3.10. If none, you can leave it. All right. And how you're going to collect your data collections, and of course conclusion of the chapters. Right. So any question for chapter 3? Yes, Kazim.
Good morning, Doctor. Thank you very
Morning.
much. This chapter 3, the outline, is it for quantitative only or for qualitative? Does it go for both?
Okay, as for qualitative, this is for quantitative, yeah. As for qualitative, it will be a different outline. Oh, I'm so sorry because I forget to put on the qualitative. Maybe after this, you can get back to me for me to provide with you the qualitative research methodology part.
All right, Doctor. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
All right. Okay, thank you. Any more questions on chapter 3?
Salam, Doctor.
Salam.
Just want to ask, is it necessary to do a pilot test before the RP?
Okay, yeah, okay. Some of the students, they would like to do the pilot test to prove that the questionnaire is already justified, already tested before the DRP. But it's okay if you don't want to do that. Okay. However, after your DRP, you need to go to RED, which is Research Ethics application, where you need to apply for ethics approval for all your questionnaire. For this pilot test, sit and discuss with your supervisor. Is it compulsory, or they want to be there, or they want to be there?
Assalamualaikum, Doctor. Once again, if the pilot test normally the pilot test would been done after the questionnaire has been validated, right? Or before, or just do whatever questionnaire we have.
Okay, usually pilot test after the question is validated. Okay, however, maybe if you adopt 100%, okay, adopt the questionnaire 100% from the sources, so maybe you want to test in the Malaysian context, so you can do that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it depends on the situation also. Okay, any more question on chapter 3? So each of these things you need, of course, inshallah, I'll provide you with some of the webinar, seminar, but you need to discuss with your supervisors. So they may do have some methods or some sort of ways on how to design or maybe they don't want the pilot test to be done before the DRP or after the DRP and so on. Okay. Okay, of course, after you finish chapter 1, 2, and 3, don't forget about citation and references. Okay, so it must include all the references from chapter 1 until chapter 3 that you use. You must put it into your references. Okay, so you can use either use APA style, okay, IEE, Harvard, Chicago, or so on. But I think most of our students will use APA style. Okay. But you have to make sure that the APA style should be consistent. If you use APA, make sure you use APA along the way from chapter 1 until you finish. Okay, one citation only, one type of citation only, and it should be consistently throughout the thesis. Okay. For me, I will suggest you to use some of the application that help you with the citation references, such as Mendeley and Note. Okay, that would be helpful enough for you to design or to create your references to the end of your research proposal. Okay, that's all for crafting on how you want to design your chapter 1, 2, and 3. Any question before we moving to another part? Okay. Yes.
Okay, I just want to, from my understanding, means for this proposal, we need to prepare the full chapter. I mean, chapter 1, 2, 3, I mean a full chapter lah.
Yeah, of course, because the reason why you need to prepare this chapter 1, 2, 3, because you want to go for DRP, defend your research proposal. So this full chapter is very important because the examiner, the reviewer will going to read that and they will give marks on that and also based on marks on your presentation. Later, I will show you on how the assessment marks will be given. Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, this research proposal is for you to get ready before your DRP. Okay. Any more questions? So far, is it very clear what you should have in chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3?
One more question, Doctor.
Yes.
Like people always told us students that our lecturers always told us students that we need to get articles or framework or literature which 5 years. So
Yes.
from chapter 1 to chapter 3, is it applicable the 5 years or only when we do literature review, and chapter 1 we have to have the capacity to use like 10 years or above?
It is 5 years.
5 years for the whole chapter
Yes.
1 to chapter 3.
Yes. Yes. Unless, okay, except,
How about the theory, Doctor?
Yes, I'm going to say that.
Yes.
Ambil lagi cakap, kejap.
Okay.
Yes, from chapter 1 until chapter 3, 5 years. The citation must be 5 years, except for the theory. The theory, of course, it is established in 1970, 1980. So this theory you cannot change. You are going to use that theory. So this theory from 1980 should be okay because it is a theory, established theory.
Even though that theory already somebody has already used it and developed another theory from it, but we still can use that theory because of it's not yet saturated. Is it okay?
Yes, sure, can.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
All right. Okay, any more question?
Doctor,
Oh, yes, apa tu? Atia.
tak apa. Tak apa dulu.
Okay. Okay, sorry, Puan. Okay, there are certain theses that I saw that they already have more than 3 chapters. I mean, the chapter 2, they put the overview of the main research. I mean, for those who are doing SMEs, they put 1 chapter in chapter 2, the overview of the SMEs. So, is it advisable?
And then another chapter will be chapter 3 will be what?
Chapter 3 will be the original of chapter 2.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
It is not, okay. This is UiTM. It is not advisable for students to expand the chapters into the own chapters, okay? If you want to explain about SMEs all very, very, what we call in details, put it in chapter 2. Put in chapter 2. Do not expand it into chapter 3 or what so on, because we usually know this is already in guideline of IPSIS. Chapter 1 is introduction, chapter 2 is literature, chapter 3 is method. Don't go beyond that. Everything that you want to explain about SME must be in chapter 2. Okay? All right, Sylvia.
One more question, Dr. Sorry.
Yes.
This is my first time doing research, and I don't have experience before doing research. It's just that normal dissertation only. But I just want to ask if I'm already like 1 month in study in 2023. So the 5 years period will be between 2019 until 2025, right?
No, to start. Oh,
2023.
Yes.
2023 or 2019, 2023, right?
Yes.
So it's like I just put like three years to the back, 2 years to the front to conclude to 5 years. No,
Okay.
this year to 5 years to the back.
It is like this. The proposal that you're working on right now is for you to go in for DRP. So if you're going for DRP end of this year, so 2019 to 2023 still relevant. So after you finish your DRP, you are going to update your proposal. For example, now it's 2023, you're going to present your Viva Voce in 2025. So meaning that 2025, the previous 2019, you need to remove that articles, or you want to add more. Okay, Arif, faham tak?
Faham.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I just risau juga takut somebody ada question nanti kenapa lama dah lebih ni macam tu.
Okay, usually macam ni lah, plus minus 2018, 2019 and above should be okay. If the citation is not the original theory, if the citation is from the previous literature, previous study, which is you think someone already overcome ataupun already done that study, for example 2020 lah, for example kan, 2020 boleh pakai lagi, 206, okay? So maybe that one you need to find another relevant, another advanced punya articles.
Research should be okay, right? From literature review dari yang current study, tapi dia ambil daripada citing daripada study yang 7-8 tahun lepas, tapi dia buat masuk literature, tapi kita guna untuk tu kita buat research boleh kan?
Research boleh, but then you need to investigate lagi. Is there any other studies that already override that study?
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry.
Yeah, when we're talking about literature review, so you must remember, of course, we need 5 years punya articles, because the 5 years articles, so it is considered as new research, new investigation has been done by researcher. So this evidence is very important to make sure it is still relevant to your study. If you quote from for example 2002, okay, so you need to rethink it back. Is this study is still valuable, or this result is already override by other researcher? So you need to dig more and dig. Okay, so maybe on 30th of October nanti, you can talk to Dr. Emily on how to find a suitable article for you. Okay, Sylvia, what is your
Doctor,
question?
I just nak tanya, what is the best, what is the good proposal for the how many objective? Okay, this objective that we need to highlight, and we must understand research objective and research question must be interrelated. And then what is the how many theories that we need to put in our writing in our thesis? We need to choose the best one, if I'm not mistaken. And then the hypothesis, we need to have many hypotheses, or we just highlight the important one. Just want an advice. Thank you.
Sylvia, I've seen 50 hypotheses before, 15 or more hypotheses before. The keyword is here, the keywords: discuss with your supervisor from your readings. Okay, some supervisors, they don't like too many research objective. So when it's not too many research objective, it will lead to less of research questions and it will lead to less hypothesis. Okay, some supervisors, they, even though the question and question and objective is only 3, but the items or the variables is too many, so it can develop many hypotheses. It depends on your study. Okay? Am I answering your question for that research objectives question, number of it?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.
Whatever it is, do some reading first. Do some reading first, okay? And then as for theory, how many theories that you can put? It depends also. If your study want to combine 2 theories, you can put the literature of these 2 theories, but towards the end, you need to conclude, you need to define, you need to justify why these 2 theories is relevant to your study. Or if you want to combine, if you want to compare, okay, for example, few theories yang dah developed from one original theory, and then it developed to many to advanced theory right now. So you want to maybe tell the history from the first situation until now, and then you say that you want to use the current theory at the moment. So you need to justify why it's happened, why it's happening like that, why you want to be in your study. Okay, everything you must remember, justification. You need to justify why that, why this, right?
Doctor,
Yes.
is it okay if we have theories from multiple studies? I mean, normally if we do a management studies, so management theories will be imposed in our study. But if the variables in my conceptual framework, then actually the theories, the underpin theories is actually from economics, finance. Is it okay?
Okay. I cannot say okay. I cannot say no. Okay. Remember, justify why you need to combine. For example, you've got 5 theories in your framework. So why these theories are relevant to your framework, to your study, and how each of the theories applies to the framework. For example, theory number 1 may be applied into the item IV or DV or
Yes.
MV. So you need to justify how this theory plays into your framework.
Okay. Because somehow, Doctor, it relates to my objective. That is why when I read some LR, so one of the variables is coming from economics theory.
Okay. So meaning that nanti when you in the part of theory here, so you will have a lot of theories here, right? So maybe you want to have, for example, yeah, these students got work stressor, work-life balance, and emotional labor theory. All right. So maybe you want to put another 2.9 conclusion justification for the theory. So in that paragraph, please explain why this combination of theory important to your study and how does it apply to your study.
All right. There's nothing wrong about that, right? Okay. Another questions, Doctor. Okay, for semester 1, actually we have to complete our chapter 1, 2, 3, or because the chapter 2 is for me, the chapter 2 is very crucial. Because a lot of readings, a lot of articles that you have to find to strengthen your studies. So what I mean is my timeline for semester 1, my effort for semester 1 is more to chapter 2 and of course chapter 1. Is it possible that for semester 1, I plan that I will focus on chapter 1 and chapter 2? Because the chapter 3 is not easy, but the most important, the more effort in my study is chapter 2. Is it okay?
Atia, there's no wrong for that because you create your own path, you create your own journey. How you going to you want it to make to be how you want to make it to be. For example, chapter 2 ni I can say it will never ending story. From semester 1 until the end of your submission of final thesis, you still need to update your literature. That is a never-ending story for chapter 2. Doesn't mean that when you finish your proposal until your research DRP, you stop there. No. Like I mentioned to Arif just now, if you finish your DRP, you still need to update your literature from time to time because maybe the analysis or findings that you're going to find later, you need to support in literature. So chapter 2 is a never-ending story.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
One more question, final for me.
No,
For this
after
part.
it's okay.
If the index, for example, for article 2011, there's a theory, the index is of the article or journal is Q2, and suddenly index for and then I discovered that another statement from the article 2020, which is Q4, which conflicting with the Q2 article from 2011. Is it still, I need to focus on 2020 article, even though is conflicting with the Q2 article in 2011?
The one that the 2020 is give feedback is on 2021, right?
No, general feedback, but the statement's quite confusing because at first the 2021 give statement that for my study that can be generated using business and also development, and then suddenly inside the study it's mentioned that for this study cannot be general because the researchers don't have final say about it. So that will be the gap for the study, right? And
If
then
you only find 2 articles, it's still not the gap. You need to find more than that to make it to find your saturation point where you can say that that will be the final say. That is conflicting about your study. So
Oh,
if you
I
only find one, it's not enough. Tak boleh.
Okay. So
Don't
I
make conclusion. Yes, you need
so
to
index
give
doesn't prove
No.
anything. It's just that the period, right?
yes, the
Okay,
study.
thank you, doctor.
Any more question before we go to this section?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, please.
You're talking about the IPSIS guideline for thesis and dissertation. The last time the one they published is around 2017, and which is the one I also adopted. Is there any new updated one, or it's still relevant?
Azim, tak ada. Azim, there's no updated. Okay, that is the original and the first version of guideline. However, there's in a version word version of thesis. You can download it from there, and maybe you can match between the guideline that already provided by IPSIS. Okay, Kazim?
All right, okay.
So this will be the format. This is also taken from guideline IPSIS 2017. All right. Maybe after this, thank you, Kazim. I can ask IPSIS, is there any updated version? Usually IPSIS, if any updates, they will update into their website. So if there's no update in the website, meaning that's the one lah. Okay. So of course, okay, question? No? Okay.
Yes, perhaps maybe the new trend now regarding the AI and the usage. So because of the policy, and maybe there's a new policy adopted or something. Maybe I need to check with the IPSIS if the new version is already been updated or not.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kazim.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your help. Okay, so of course your proposal must be in English, all right? Of course, English. So of course, even though it is only a soft copy, no, not yet we ask the student to submit a hard copy and the DRP is in a face-to-face, not yet. However, when you design it into your Word, make sure it's in A4 paper and also in double space. The font should be Times New Roman, okay? And the title should be uppercase, bold 18 font size. And of course, the body of the thesis should be in 12 font size. And once your proposal is ready, please upload it into the UPtrack system. And then please notify your supervisor. Hey, supervisor, my proposal is ready. Please approve. So your supervisor will run your proposal into the original. He or she will check you for the plagiarism. So the plagiarism format the plagiarism percentage should be less than 30%. And then after that, we at the DPS will arrange you for the DRP date with the examiners. Okay. As for the format, you can download, you can go to IPSIS website, as Kazim mentioned earlier. You can get 2 versions. One version is the full manual guideline, and another version is the Word full version thesis in Word. So you can download it and look into how does it been formatted. Okay, so this is the UP track system. I'm sure that everyone is familiar with this one. However, please make sure the nomination of supervisor is the first stage that you need to pass, right? Once you pass that nomination of supervisors, you can upload your proposal. Okay, so once your proposal is ready, then you can go for DRP. Okay, so this will be the assessment for your research proposal. Okay, 100%. Okay, 5% goes to the title. So does it fulfill the requirements? Okay, is it clear, concise, specific? All right. And then of course 20% will go to problem statement, one for the analysis of the problem, and then of course 10% for justification, right? And then 20% will go to objective and questions. 20% will goes to literature review, okay, how you organize your body of knowledge, how you organize, meaning that you organize from, maybe you want to start with DV, and then you come to IV, and then between the relationship between IV and DV, moderating and DV, that's how you organize it. And last one, you put your research proposal, research framework, and then you can develop to hypothesis. That's how the organization of body of knowledge for the literature review. Organization also plays an important role, yeah. Okay, and then proposed framework. Is your framework measurable? Okay, is it aligned with your research objective or research questions? So everything from here, here, and here, it should align and should relate to each other. Of course, research methodology, you should answer all the questions that you have here, okay, 20%. And of course, significance of the research. Is it significant? Is it good for a PhD student to conduct this study, your proposed topic? So that's all carries mark. Okay. Question for the RP? No? Okay. So after you done your presentation, okay, this is online. So far we done it online, okay. This will be the marks given to you, okay, after your DRP presentations. So you have, we got 5 categories of marks, which is category 1 with the amendments. That one should be okay. Category 2, you need minimal amendments, which is 2 weeks. You need to make the correction within 2 weeks, right? And then category 3, okay, marks between 70 to 79. You got 1 month. 1 month to make correction, and then the DRP panel will check your correction, right? So category 4, 65 to 69, okay, this will be the major amendments. You need to represent, re-DRP, you represent back your research proposal, and category 5 should be rejected. Okay, you need to submit and present new proposals. Okay, as for PhD student, you got 3 times. The 3rd time you'll be dismissed. Okay, as for master students, 2 times. Okay, so this will be the marks given to you. All right. So after you finish your dissertation, after you finish your DRP, this will be, okay, this is the dissertation format that you can download. You can scan. This is the dissertation format from IPSIS. Okay. Okay, remember this is for thesis, yeah, not for research proposal. Maximum number of words, okay, for faculty business and management. Maximum for PhD is 100,000. For master student is 50,000. So be aware on these numbers of words, yeah. Okay. So you can download. This is the guideline. Right. Okay. Some of you already asked me, our first briefing session, where we can get thesis, full thesis. So you can go to Perpustakaan. So this is the website. Okay. Perpustakaan UiTM Ternado Razak. You can go to My Knowledge Management. You can download the full access to the full thesis from various faculty. So please fully utilize this what we call this option, so that you can get through a lot of thesis available in the library. Okay. All right. So this coming Wednesday, there will be yes, Kazim.
Talking about DRP, I was expecting maybe there will be a discussion about the process and procedures and how to submit for DRP. Is there any? Can you tell me about the process and procedures?
Okay. Okay, thank you, Kazim. So let me finish it a bit about this. Okay, so this coming Wednesday, there will be a webinar on about how to get ready for your DRP or Viva Voce presentation, how you can do your presentation well and you score well in your Viva Voce or DRP. Okay, so please join our webinar this coming Wednesday, it's 10 a.m. by Associate Professor Dr. Shirin, yeah? Okay, back to Kazim's questions on how to process for DRP. Okay, once you finish, okay, mana dia? Okay, once you finish, you complete your chapter 1, 2, 3, compile everything and you're very satisfied and you make sure to get the blessing from your supervisor first. Get the blessing from your supervisor. If your supervisor say, okay, Kazim, you can go now, please upload. Okay, the process and procedure is available in IPSIS website, yeah? But now I just explain to you the process procedure. First, once you're ready with your proposal in a good format, in good soft copy, go to UP Track System and then you will see a tab on your left will be DRP, Upload Research Proposal. You need to upload your research proposal there. Okay, once you upload your research proposal in UP Tracks, please notify your supervisor to check for the plagiarism rate. Okay, she will do all the plagiarism rate. She will upload into original and get the numbers percentage for your research proposal, and then she will put the numbers into the UP Track system. Once both get ready, we will get the notification, DPPS will get the notification, and we will ask your supervisors to nominate 3 panels for DRP. These 3 panels, 1 and 2, panel number 1 and number 2 will evaluate your chapter 1 and chapter 2 together. Panel number 3, she or he will evaluate your method only. Okay, so that DRP session, for presentation, 15 minutes. Q&A, no limitations, right? It can be less than 1 hour or 1 hour or more. Okay, and after that, after the presentation, Q&A session, the deliberation session where the panel will give you marks, and after the panel give you marks, the chairman will read the marks. Okay, for example, you get rank 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5. Okay, and then if you need to make correction, you need to make correction accordingly to the comments made by the panel, which is in the UP Track system. Okay, marks, comments, proposal, upload, everything in UP Track system. Okay, soon for thesis submission, but not yet available. So thereafter that, after you upload your correction and then panel verify your correction, chairman verify all the marks and then pass, then you can go for research ethics procedure committee. Is that clear, Kazim?
Understood. Thank you very much.
Doctor,
Yes.
okay. Before this, can remember when we want to nominate our supervisor?
Mm-hmm.
So I upload my pitching, not a proposal, some sort like a pre-proposal pitching. UP Tracks, is it wrong or I shouldn't upload dalam UP Tracks?
Betul.
Should I upload or not upload? But I don't upload.
Okay, for first semester students, of course, your research proposal is not strong ataupun good enough to nilakan. However, your first proposal tu, or you want to upload your pitching, whatsoever that, your first thing that you want to upload in UP Track for nomination of supervisor, there must be a title. Ada title tak, Badrul?
Ada, semua ada. I do everything. So I bila I dengar you kata when you put proposal upload, I was like, alamak, I upload.
Okay. Don't get confused, Badrul, don't get confused. This UP Track, dia ada banyak function. The one that you're talking now is about the nomination of supervisor. Yes, you need to upload the proposal. The one that Kazim mentioned earlier is the one that he wants to go, he already ready for DRP, which first assessment number 1, DRP, defend research proposal. That is task number 2.
See, so it's okay for me to upload this.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay,
Doctor?
Noel? Yes.
Okay, sorry, Doctor. Okay, just now you just display to us thesis online slide. Okay, the reality is when I look into the thesis online, it's only have for under FBM. Okay, it's only have 10 thesis, PhD thesis.
Mm.
Now it's already have 11 because I just put my effort last week to add on another thesis, Dr. Siti Sarah, in our thesis online. So maybe we hope that faculty can push library to
Upload.
yes, to
Okay,
upload the all the thesis
Independent
and the
thesis.
FBM, yes, for our reference, especially for beginner like us.
Yes, yes. Okay. Thank you, Atia. However, thank you, Atia. Tapi I just want to remind everybody here that do not only refer to one thesis. Please do cross-check with other theses so that you can get general guideline, general view on how does it done to publish a thesis. Okay. So thank you, Atia. I'm not aware about that we need to push librarian on the uploading the thesis. Okay. Okay. Moving on. This one done. This one done. Okay, so we're going to towards the end of our session, but wait. Okay, just fill in this attendance first. I got another slides after this for you. Please scan and put some comments and feedback on this webinar seminar today. So I don't want to take your long time on Sunday to attend this seminar. But if you do have questions, you can. I'll read the questions on the chat box after this. Okay. Are you done with this? If you done, say yes, because I want to share another QR code with you after this.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, so get ready with your camera. Another QR code coming. So what? Tell me, what did you see for this QR code?
Slide.
Yes. So everyone can access?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So that's all. So
Doctor, can you
can you what? Can you what?
the last need to scan because I not finished yet.
Oh, okay. This one. Is it?
Yes, yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
I hope that this session will give you some overview on how to start your research proposal, especially for Part 1 students, because some of you still don't know what to put in Chapter 1, Chapter 2, okay, and afraid to ask your supervisor. Don't be afraid to ask your supervisor. Please make friends with your supervisor, because she is the one or he's the one that going to hold your hand until your viva session, until your graduation. Don't forget that. If you got problems, don't keep quiet. Okay, done? Okay, so can I read a few questions here?
Can, Doctor.
Okay, alah banyaknya. Sekejap. Okay, see. One. Sekejap ya. Recorded. I will put in the same link later. Okay. Okay, direction. Yes, doctor, to know the direction of the study. So now you know your direction, Faiz?
Clear already, Doctor.
Alhamdulillah.
you.
Okay, Arif, gap study boleh buat dalam bentuk point ke doktor? Masuk dalam problem statement. Okay, remember this is academic writing. No point. You need to elaborate, you need to justify, and you need to put some evidence on it. Nampak tak? Put your main point, main elements, justify, elaborate, justify, and put supporting evidence for that.
Okay,
Okay.
doktor. Terima kasih.
Okay, Rina, I have question. How can we identify the related suitable topic for chapter 2? Okay, so that for chapter 2 is representing your IV and also your DV. For example, your DV is a customer loyalty. Of course, 2.1, you need to elaborate. You need to find literature on customer loyalty. And then for IV, you need to read before you decide. You need to read what kind of variables that you're going to use for your study. That will justify. That will identify the related topics for your chapter 2. Okay, Rina. Chapter 2 ni dia tak boleh lari tempat lain. Dia tak boleh ke tempat lain. It must come from your IV and from DV. And of course theory to support. Keluar daripada topik. Itu yang nak kena tu. Okay, I see there are 3 theories in the example, but at the end of we choose one only theory, but suitable for our research. Okay, it depends. Okay, if you got 3 theories and you want to use these 3 theories to support your study, please justify. Macam saya cakap tadi, you want to add another subtopic, justification of theory chosen. Why you want to choose these 3 theories to make it as part of your study. Ataupun you want to compare the tiga teoris ni, but towards the end you want to choose one. Still you need to justify. Ingat ya, it's about justification and explanation why. Okay? Rina, okay ke tak? Rina? Hilang kot. Okay. Adam, I have question for chapter 2 on developing hypothesis. How to differentiate between great and poor hypothesis. Macam mana saya nak jawab ni ya? I've got no answer for this. It's not good or bad. Everything it goes to your objective and research questions. Okay. If this hypothesis relevant related to your RORQ, it is good. If it is something, for example, you want for objective, you want to do A, B, C, and in hypothesis, you want to study D, E, F. Of course, it's not relevant, right? So it must link together. Okay. What else? Crafting, okay. PDF, yes, thank you. Okay. Okay, can we change our brief research proposal once we submitted our SV name? What do you mean, Afiq? You want to change for what? Afiq? I don't get very clear about this question. Afiq's not here. Okay, how about if after I upload the proposal and I change the title based on discussion with Men's SV, however, I don't yet have second assign. Okay, I'm not sure right now because UPTrack is having issues since last week. So if you got a new proposal, try to upload a new one. Okay, and please notify your main supervisor that you already approached, that you already changed your proposal in UPTrack. If you cannot, meaning that the second supervisor that you nominate, please inform him or her through email that your latest proposal. Okay. Attendance QR code. Okay, after this, yeah. Okay. What is the difference between conceptual framework and research framework? Good questions. Okay. So some of us dalam dia punya research, dia letak research framework. Some of us letak theoretical research framework ataupun conceptual framework. Okay. Okay. Secara bahasa kasarnya, theoretical framework it describe your theoretical underpinning based on existing research that you want to study. Memang dah study tu dah solid dah framework tu. You want to adopt and you want to make it as your study. That is research framework yang theoretical. Okay. Kalau conceptual, okay, it is based on your variables that you add on to your study. Okay, you want to interplay, you want to make it additional moderating variable to your study, then it's conceptual framework. Okay, usually for DRP, for research proposal, kita panggil dia as a conceptual framework. Okay. Okay, bila boleh tahu result nomination SV? Okay, for those yang nominate SV, did your SV click accept dalam UP Tracks? Okay, kalau dah click accept, kita akan bawa masuk meeting next week. By the end of this month, I will update you through email, yeah. Okay. What is the different simple proposal that are submitted previously in UP-Track? Okay, the first one that you uploaded in UP-Track is just for overview for your potential supervisor to read. Okay, the one that I explained today is very detailed where you need to get ready before your defend research proposal. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, will it be recommended for us to come up some sort of metric table in chapter 2 in order to put in LR that we are using throughout the study, just to have a brief view over the LR applied in order to compare in terms of context in publication? Yes, you can do that. You can do that. Okay, for each variable, for example, for DV, you find a few studies and you want to put in LR metric, yes, you can do that. But make sure when you have the table, make sure you explain the table is what all about the table, and then make a conclusion and justification why the table exists. Why? You need to explain, all right? Okay, thank you, welcome. Is it okay, Michael SV from cross faculty? So who is it? Which faculty? You need to justify why you need other co-supervisor from other faculties, because we need to explain it to the part management why we need to take other supervisor from other faculty. Okay, you can email me the details. If there is no theories to support one of the external variable, can we use model or approach? Okay, this one you need to discuss with your supervisor. Please get advice from supervisor. Maybe some supervisor think that there's no theory support your study. You can use model or approach. Need to discuss with them. All right. I cannot say yes. I cannot say no. Okay. All right. Thank you very much all. So kejap ya. The one yang nak share attendance, please do so. Okay. Then dah ke? So before I end the session, do you have any other questions? Okay, this coming webinar will be held on weekdays. Can they provide recording version of part-time students since the seminar is on weekdays? Yeah, sometimes we cannot avoid, some of the speakers are not available weekend. That's why we managed to do that on weekdays only. Inshallah, I'll try my best to get the recorded version. Okay, any more questions before we go? Thank you, welcome. All right, so if there's no other questions, I wish you all the best with your proposal writing. So please follow the guideline. The guideline is from UiTM, yeah. It's not from faculty. When UiTM apply, faculty pun apply lah. So if you're from other faculties, not from Faculty of Business, please cross-check with your faculty. Okay. So thank you very much. So have a nice weekend and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much.